Hi guys, I'm going to give you a quick overview of all the tips and tricks on how you can save money whilst traveling. So that's going to involve the main expenditures such as flights, hotels, stuff like that. So you can spend it more on the things you actually do on holiday, which everybody remembers. So let's get to it. The first site I'm recommending is Kiwi.com, which is just the best hands down for multi-city flights. Or if you're going to anywhere with more than one destination, you definitely need to check on here. So they have the multi-city function, which is the one that I used to use, but then now there's also another one called Nomad, but we'll get to that a bit later. So if we use this one for Tokyo, Beijing, Seoul as well, as you can see, it's 1.23k. And you can choose the dates, etc. But then you use the Nomad feature, which basically it chooses when you go to it to make it cheaper using algorithms. So as you can see, that's 817. But you could probably get it a bit lower, like it said 750. But again, you don't want to be having those layovers, which are really long, like 38 hours. So this one is just the best, and keep that in mind as well. And then also we've got this one here, which is using the multi-city flights, which I was going to go with Elsie in Europe. So as you can see, you can choose, customize everything there really, and choose which airport you want. Sometimes you want to go to a different airport within London, for example, because we have multiple ones, but sometimes it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but the convenience, and you're going to save money on like transportation, etc. So sometimes that's just a better thing to do. And then here, sometimes you need to break them up. So if you put them all in there, sometimes Kiwi will take a percentage of that. So sometimes I break it up and then I put them all together again, and that saves me money. But yeah, there's also this holidays function. We'll just do a quick example for Barcelona Malaga, which is a hotel I have been to, and they're charging £741, which is per person, which is okay. But I'm just saying, I've never used that feature before, but oh, that's new. I have explored that whole hotel and I don't remember that, but yeah. So yeah, I really don't recommend using the hotel feature that much. So yeah, I really do recommend the Barcelo hotels. Like, they really are luxurious and they're worth it. But yeah, let's move on to the hotels actually. So there's three sites that I use: Expedia, Trivago, and Airbnb. Let's start with Expedia. So if we just look at cost for, I don't know, a week in Cancun, and also actually, yeah, you can see I use it quite a lot. So I use it all around the world wherever I go, really, because they do have everyday deals and stuff that you can use. I also have like a silver membership with them. So with the different membership systems, you can get different discounts and you get more points that you can use on hotels, etc. So as you can see with Bogota here, I think it worked out for like less than £50 a night, because I had I think I have silver at the time as well. Yeah. And yeah, it's just better like that. So you can't really use hotel comparison websites. So here, if we go back to Cancun, so you can see it's been marked down already. That's just one of their offers, and then they give you 2 times rewards points, which you can use as well. But that's breakfast only, for example. But if you look at Trivago, it's 1.7 ish, and it's got all inclusive for 6 nights. So, but if you click this down here, you'll see the deals and the websites offering those deals. I only personally click on websites that I recognize. So luckily, the cheapest one there is a recognized company that I would feel safe booking with, because they're ATOL protected. Always look at the ATOL protected section whenever you're booking stuff. But yeah, Trivago is the go-to if you just want the hotel and you've booked the flights already. Expedia, Trivago, those two things. And Expedia is usually on Trivago, so that's fine. And then we go to Airbnb, which is really good, but sometimes you just don't get breakfast. It depends on the host. But yeah, there's all these experiences and stuff you can do. Like, look at that, you can do all those cool things in Miami. So when I actually went to Miami, I did use Airbnb because it was just so expensive, and it was literally a hotel, but I don't know why it was on Airbnb, but it did work out a lot cheaper thanks to that. So I'm happy with that. And as you can see, there's some really good, really nice places to stay, and it's really not that expensive at all. So yeah, yeah, if it's an expensive place, I definitely recommend Airbnb. But yeah, that's how you cut your costs down when you're staying and flying. And I have one final tip for you, which is the best. So I left it till the end, of course. But here it is. So this one is Cheap Flight Scanner, which is the best for a return, or if you're just looking for flights really that are from point A to point B. This is the best. So there are other options like one-way, flexible, multi-city, group, first class, business, but I only really use the return. So as you can see, you can choose a whole year and it will actually scan the entire year and find within a 2-week window the best prices for that particular destination. So as you can see, it's £360 for that one, and you can tweak it as well, going left and right of the days to see if you want to change the days to make it a little bit more suitable for yourself. But it will be a little bit more expensive because those are just the 2 cheapest days. But once you've found the dates that you like, you click on it, it brings you up 5 different tabs of the cheapest comparison websites. So you've got cheap flights, usually Kayak, Skyscanner, Mondono, Pardo, sometimes their hamster thing, or Jetstar. But for this one it's different because these are the 5 cheapest ones, and you can also go through them individually, see if they include baggage, etc, etc, and if it still works out cheaper, then yeah, you can use that. But it is literally the best for a return flight or one way, so I always use this whenever I'm trying to book a flight. Always use it. But also there are a few things to remember. If you're booking on a Tuesday, it's going to be less expensive on the other days of the week. That still rings true just about, as you can see there, 120. Not much difference these days because everyone has cottoned onto it, but it still works. And the most expensive days are always Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays. But yeah, and a Monday actually. But sometimes you can get a package holiday, like I'm just clicking on Jet2 holidays here. Make sure it's ATOL protected, otherwise you're screwed if anything goes wrong. But these guys are, so sometimes they offer a better deal for the European kind of flights, but I haven't been visiting Europe that much. But these will definitely be the guys to go with because they do offer a lot of discounts, and they did get rated one of the best for the UK.